I know some of you are going to look at this video and wondering to yourself, why am I not queuing up the violins for these two individuals right here? Even though this would be a perfect video and opportunity to do so, especially since it would be the first time that I would do it for either one of them on my channel. Well, the reason being is they have not suffered enough yet. But I have a feeling that if what I'm about to read to you goes all the way through as I predict that it will, then I will cue the violins then. Now, if y'all remember last year, Bill Wifebeater got fired from Fox News, where we all know he was like the head honcho over there. It was last year or the year before, I can't remember. A lot of people didn't think it would actually happen, because of some controversial stuff that came out about him. And what ended up happening leading up to that is him losing sponsors, losing advertisers. And what I say is the advertisers is what pays the bills over at networks, not just over at Fox News, but any network. That's what keeps their channel going. Sponsors pay them millions of dollars to air their commercials. And when they start to pull out, the network starts losing money. And if the network starts losing money, they have to get rid of the cancer. Thus, that's why they had to get rid of Bill Wifebeater eventually. So what they did was they sent him on a nice little vacation, as they like to call it. It ended up becoming an extended vacation because he never came back to his desk. He never came back to Fox News Studios except for to clear out his office. Well, the same thing might just be happening to one Tucker Carlson and a Jeanine Pirro, two individuals who I cannot stand for the life of me. Both of them equally disgust me. Maybe Tucker Carlson a little bit more than Jeanine, but it's just I don't know. Like I said, I don't like neither one of them. Jeanine, she's a self-hating individual. Like she's just a tamale away from being kicked out of the country her damn self. But she loves to pretend that she's one of those so-called Hispanics that think she's white. And she always likes to say controversial stuff, and she has been getting away with it for so long until now. Tucker Carlson has been saying controversial stuff for so long and been getting away with it until now. And the reason why I say until now is because over at Fox News, where both of them reside, sponsors have started to pull their ads from their particular shows. And what I say is, when sponsors pull out, the money leaves, then they can't put anything there. They have to get rid of them because the network doesn't want to lose too much money. Imagine losing one spot could cost you $1 million or more dollars. And that's coming out of the network's pocket. That's basically like you're trying to pay money. It's basically almost like you're trying to pay off a debt. No network wants to be in debt. And since Jeanine Pirro and Tucker Carlson, especially Tucker Carlson, because he's like the second coming of Bill Wifebeater. He was like the second in command when Bill Wifebeater was there. And then Tucker Carlson was underneath him, and now Tucker Carlson is pretty much like in Bill Wifebeater's spot. So these are two popular people over there, and they can lose sponsors, and then thus that could actually help make them lose ratings. So if all goes as planned, it will be a matter of time before Tucker Carlson and Jeanine Pirro are shown the door, just like Bill Wifebeater was. And then and only then will I cue the violins on the both of them. But for right now, I'm gonna, chill a little bit on it for right now, but it's coming. Something tells me it's coming. You want to know what's so interesting? When this happened with Bill Wifebeater, it happened around this same time. It was around the April range though, but still, March, April, what's a month difference? I hope to God that they lose so much that not only are they affected, but that the network of Fox News as a whole is affected. It is going to affect them too. They're going to feel that pinch. But just imagine you can possibly lose one. I'm not just one, but two of your main anchors. I hope that comes into fruition because those two definitely deserve it. After all the stuff they said over the years, I think one of the things that made me like Dr. Khalid Muhammad was when he check Tucker Carlson back in his radio days. And I remember the one LVZ had posted up that entire interview on his channel. And it was so interesting and lovely to hear. And the thing about Tucker Carlson is that he loves to say controversial and racial stuff. And then when people call him out on it, he wants to instantly go into this victim mode and act like so shocked and surprised. Like, look at the face he's making right here. That is his most infamous facial expression. And he loves to do that when he acts like he's so shocked and confused about the stuff that he says. As for Jeanine Pirro, that woman just needs to shut her beak, because I swear that woman has the face of a flightless bird, like just squawking every time she talks. And her name is Jeanine Pirro, that last name Pirro. I wonder she was probably first generation born. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm willing to bet 100% that her parents are immigrants. But she'll be the same one to say that she don't like immigrants. Well, then I guess that means she don't like her parents. And if her parents aren't immigrants, someone down the line is, because you cannot tell me that this woman has lineage that goes back multiple generations as far as staying or coming from this establishment. Because she made some comments about this young woman in her hijab. And it was like, oh, last straw. Like I said, she's been getting away with saying so much stuff about so many people for so long. Because she, in her mind, thinks that she's a white woman. You can't tell me that she don't. And that woman, a face like a flightless bird. She has a beak, and every time she opens her mouth, it's like an ostrich. Like she always be opening her mouth all wide and scrunching her face all up and everything like that. I'm like, I know her face got to be hurting every time she be scrunching it up like that. It has to be. But I hope that they get everything that's coming their way, because these two right here in particular deserve it. I get tired of having to see their face. I get tired of having to hear their voice. They're both equally annoying, and they're both equally a nuisance. Always have been and always will be. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.